Alright, hey guys. So today I'm going to talk about the cost of the procedure for my back. I had a microdiscectomy. Um, I had lots of different options. I went to the doctors. I went to many different visits, which some people said wasn't a good idea. But in the aftermath of it all, I'm glad I did because I learned a lot during those visits. There's lots of options like fusion, which is they take out the whole disc, they put in a new one, and then they fuse the vertebrae together. I'm not sure if the technical terms are correct, but they fuse your bones together in the back, which I was going to do. That was my first visit to the doctor. I was like, all right, I guess that's what I got to do, you know. But then I was like, I want to see some more doctors, and I think that was a orthopedic surgeon. And then some people said, oh, you should go see a neurosurgeon, neurologist. So I did see a few different orthopedic surgeons and a few different neurosurgeons. And after said and done, I chose the microdiscectomy procedure. And with my condition, I had a herniated disc. And they described it like a jelly donut in between your vertebrae. And with all the stupid things I've done, like carrying 50-kilo bags of rice on my head, which could have been that. I also dove into a shallow pool, hitting my head. I also fell off a carnival ride when I was a child, and it could have been that because they said it was like a pre-existing thing because it looked like it was done a while ago, like maybe 10 years ago. It could, they don't know exactly, but the 50-kilo sack of rice probably aggravated it. That was probably like the straw that broke the camel's back, if you want to say. Like that was like, because right after that, that's when I started to feel weird. Like first I encountered vertigo for like 2 weeks before any of the pain. And I never experienced it like that before. I have in the past, like, just feeling dizzy for like a maybe half hour. But this was like every day for like almost a week or two, like every day. And you might not really have seen that in the videos. I didn't really talk about it, but like there's lots of hills in the province, and I remember just going down the hills, like it felt like I was just like not in my right element, like just dizzy, really dizzy, and I couldn't catch my feet. I fell down many times, and then finally that kind of passed. Maybe a week or two after that, this is like way back in August, I think, of like 2020, maybe even before that, around that time. And then soon after that, I started feeling like a pinched nerve feeling, and I had pinched nerves before in the past, many. You just have like a tightness in your neck, and you're like, oh man, you just know that it's gonna ruin your week because it's usually a week-long thing. It's like, okay, this will get better in a week, whatever. So that was my plan. I was like, all right, this stinks for this week, but pretty soon it'll get better. But then it didn't get better. It didn't get better. After a month, it started getting worse, and then like that turned into, then like a few months later. After that, I started seeing, started getting massages, different things, and finally, I got an MRI, but it started to go all over the place. Like, there's pain in my chest, pain in my arm, like the radiating pain down your arm. It kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And finally, here I am today. But I went to acupuncture, chiropractor, massages. Like, I tried everything. I'm gonna scoot this up just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can still see my head. But anyway, so here I am now after the surgery. And you guys have been asking about the cost of everything. And I tried my best to write everything down. This is not 100% accurate. This is just a ballpark if anybody else is interested in getting surgery in the Philippines. After the fact, I'm 100% happy with the outcome and with professionalism by all the doctors, the nurses. I have nothing bad to say. Even the food was good, and that's not something you would say normally in a hospital. So the food was good, and everything. I was treated very kindly, and So let's see. I guess I'll just jump right into it. I think that's everything I need to say. But it was a water ride, though. I mean, it's been like 7 or 8 months, I think. It might not be exact, but so almost a year of like constant pain every single day. It wasn't like, in the beginning it was like okay pain. It was like waves too. It was like some days it was like tolerable, but still the pain there. And other days it was like, oh, I can't leave the bed. Like when I slept at night, I didn't really sleep. I slept in the crouch position. I couldn't sleep on my sides. I couldn't sleep on sometimes I had to sleep on my stomach, but it was only for like, I pretty much changed positions until there was tolerable pain to fall asleep. And then I fell asleep and I woke up hour later, and even more pain before I went to sleep because I was sleeping in a bad position. But that position was the only position I could sleep in because there was less pain where I could fall asleep. So anyway, it was not very fun. But now, I'm pain-free except for the surgery pain, which is normal. But all that pain is gone, and you don't even understand how happy I am. Anybody else that's had this kind of surgery, you just, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I lived with that pain for almost a year. But okay, the main reason you guys are here, and I'm sorry if I'm talking your ear off, but just to kind of get some background, I went to Vicente Sotto Hospital. It's a government hospital, and that's in Cebu City. It's a government-run hospital, so a lot of it, there's probably more patients than in a private hospital, but it means the price is a little bit cheaper. But I think the quality is just as good. But so I did choose the government hospital. And let's see here. So the hospital bill, I think I stayed there for, it says 4 days. 4 days at $1,800 a night. I'm not going to go through every single fee, but I'm just going to go through the three main ones. So the hospital cost, which was, how many nights I stayed there. Oh, this thing keeps slipping down. I really hope you guys can still see my face. So this goes through how many nights I stayed there, which is 4 nights. There's miscellaneous fees, other fees, laboratory fees, x-rays, supplies, medicines for the time I was staying there, other equipment, rehab, and other things. And that was just the time I was in the hospital. So the hospital cost was $94,098. So that was just for the hospital cost. Then I had to pay for the materials for the surgery, which was like bone wax, gel foam, the fibrillator, sorry, cottonoids, maybe a few other things. And that was 9,250 pesos. These are pesos. And then the final fee was the 2 doctors, which is the anesthesia doctor and then the main doctor who did the the procedure. And that was 200,000 pesos. So altogether for the hospital, for the surgery, all that was 303,348 pesos. Altogether, that's around $6,242. And so that's just for the surgery for the hospital. So if anybody's wondering about, what it costs to get this procedure done, that's how much it is. So that's for just the hospital and the surgery cost. Other cost, which was leading up to this point, doctor visits, which was between like 400 to 1,000 pesos per visit. And then I had physical therapy visits, which was, maybe 3,500 per visit, sometimes more, sometimes less. And maybe around 15 visits. And then you have medication, some shots, and etc. for all the other things you have to buy. Like I had these really bad tension things in my neck, like myofascial syndrome, which I got a couple shots in my neck. And that seemed to do okay. It didn't take away all of it, but it did do a little bit of help. So there's that cost. And then I had 2 MRIs. The first one, I don't know what happened, but the first MRI I got was not correct. If they would have got the correct MRI the first time, I would have got this procedure probably 2 or 3 months ago when I got the first MRI. So by now I could have been swimming, jumping off cliffs again, riding carabaos. But unfortunately, that's just the way it went. So I don't want to blame anybody, but so then I had to get a second MRI, which I got done here in Changhua. And I had to get some x-rays and other things. Then I went to the chiropractor, which is not cheap either. That's around 4,500 per visit. And I did about 8 visits. And then some other ones. I went to another chiropractor. I went to an acupuncture and massages. And this is just a ballpark of all of those. So this is doctor visits, PT visits, medication, shots, 2 MRIs, x-ray, chiropractor, acupuncture, massages. I'm just guessing around almost 200,000 pesos, like around like 192,700 pesos, which is around $4,000. That's just a ballpark. It could have been more, could have been less. And then so altogether, with all the other costs and all the surgery costs, was still below 500,000 pesos. 496,048. That's around $10,207 US dollars. So I had this whole thing. It was below 500,000 pesos, which is I think, a good deal. I mean, it is very, very expensive, but if you compare it to how good of a job I think and the outcome I got compared to other expensive countries, I think it's a good deal, because you would have paid more than twice so much. Like $10,000. I mean, I'm guessing around $100,000 in America. So that's like that's a tenth of the cost. So anyway, hopefully you guys learned something about this video. If you guys, is anybody out there is maybe going to get surgery soon in the Philippines or even in another country. I got my ACL surgery. I didn't say before I got it. I got it in India. So far I have India, where I got ACL surgery, Philippines, where I got this surgery. I pray to God I don't need another surgery while along my travels. But you never know. It might happen, because I'm a very adventurous person, and both these things happen while doing things that I love. The first one was basketball, and this one was like, helping people, which I really love to do. The 50-kilo sack of rice was a stupid mistake, but a lady, it finally got to the lady that really needed it, and then it could have been the cement that I was carrying for houses that we were building, and diving in the pools. That was kind of a stupid mistake. And riding carabaos, I don't want to mention those, even though I just did. But I guess that's pretty much it. And the outcome now, it's about a week after the surgery. I'm feeling good, except for I need to rest more, which I'm not good at. Today was a rest day, and I did sleep all day, and there is tension in my back where it's like just my knots in my muscles, which is probably normal. I'm going to see my doctor tomorrow, so I'm going to ask all the questions, and when can I swim again? When can I ride my motorbike? I can't ride my motorbike for a month, so I still have another like 3 weeks or so. And then, so I do have some restrictions still. I'm supposed to be bedridden this whole week, which I'm not very good at. I hate just not doing anything. But so I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow, and then I'll know exactly when I can do things and when I cannot do things. So I guess that's about it. But I'm feeling good. My neck, I can turn this way, no pain, just a little stiffness. This, looking up, I mean, it's just amazing looking up. Like, I feel no pain. One thing I do feel, which I'm going to mention to the doctor, is a little bit of tingliness in my arm if I look up. Like, I do neck stretches. If I look up like this and kind of do this, I do feel a little bit of tingling sensation. But I'll talk to him. But my numbness in my fingers are almost gone. So it's getting better and better each day. Like, I used to have tingling in my fingers, which is scary for me because I like to play guitar. And, holding a pick is important. And you don't want to slip out of your fingers and things like that. But, so the numbness in my fingers is going away. I'm doing I'm doing exercise. I do, like, neck things. Like, I'm gonna see the doctor tomorrow and maybe get some other exercises. But I saw the PT. There really was no need to go to the PT all the time, because they pretty much told me what to do on my own. So I've been doing a lot of things on my own, stretches, all those things. Like, just every day I'm stretching, doing neck things. Like, I'm trying to fix my posture and different things like that. But I don't know. Hopefully that answered everyone's questions about how much it cost and everything. So I guess that's about it. Like, today is a rest day. Tomorrow I'm going back to the doctor, and very soon after that we'll be back in Toledo. Like, you understand how excited we are to get back to Toledo, open all the boxes, see everybody, and then hopefully the next couple weeks fly by, because after the month I can start to ride my motorbike again, so we can start doing other things, carrying things. I won't be doing that for a long time, but maybe basketball month 2, maybe month 3. But at least maybe I can swim. So we're going to the beach maybe soon. But we'll figure all that later tomorrow when I talk to the doctor. But I just want to say thanks everybody to who stuck with me the last few months. The last like 7 or 8 months. Like, it's been it's been a struggle for me because, you know, this YouTube thing was a lot of hard work to get to the point where I am, and just, you know, look at the numbers where it just was like, for doing the things that you love, like in the province, you know, every day was fun doing projects, and, you know, that's when probably I had the most views, and now, you know, it's just going down, 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 down because of the whole back thing. And I know I wouldn't want to watch some of the videos either. Just like, to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I got to make another back video of going to the doctor and go and do all this. And believe me, I didn't want to do any of that either. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that is still around and has stuck with me. And hopefully very soon we can get back to the things that I want this YouTube channel to be about. I don't want this, it's not Dustin back pain, which someone said, like, I don't want this to be about my back, which the last 8 months have kind of been. So I wanted to get back on track of trying to help people's day out, you know, weekend, and make people happy. You know, it sounds cheesy, but that's kind of what I want to do with my channel. It's like, from big or small, you know, I can't build a house for every single person I meet, but just to make someone's day better. And that's kind of what I want to get back to doing. But right now my day is good, my pain is gone, so now it's time to help other people again. But again, thank you, God bless, and I guess that's it. I talk too much sometimes, but I'm sorry about that. But you guys have a good day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.